So we're going to go for the 7th move of the hypno yoga qigong sequence, based on the 8 brocades, or the movement of the 8 brocades, and we're just mixing up the breathing, etc. with that. Obviously I've gone more traditional with the other videos, but again, just mixing it up with ujjayi breath, which is yogic breath, and or victorious breath, what you like to call that. But this one is called Punch You In With an Angry Gaze. You see it in a lot of sort of karate forms. It's very sort of basic sort of punching one like this. But obviously in Qigong, they're linked to meridians, etc., stuff like that. And they're going down more the holistic path. So it's nothing to do with martial arts. I don't care what anyone says. This is different emphasis. Obviously the movements are the same. It's like dance and martial arts, they're not the same. But the emphasis, the movements are the same, but the emphasis is different. I digress there. Let's get that out of the way. But anyway, so I'm going to get the breathing before we start. So hypno, meaning we're going to elongate the out breath longer than the in breath. That's the main hypnotheric, I don't know if that's a word, but hypnotic purposes on the body, or hypnotic sort of benefits to the body. When you're breathing through the nose, that's generally conscious thought. When you exhale, that's subconscious thought. So by elongating that out breath longer than the in breath, we're just encouraging sleep, digestion, rest, and relaxation to all be benefited by elongating the out breath longer than the in breath. Again, so let's just go and demonstrate that. So we're going to go with like the traditional breathing into the diaphragm, or whatever you like to call that. I'll call it the belly button, whatever you like to call it. Again, like a balloon. So we're filling up here, and again, you're not tucking in like that, but I'm just showing you the motion. Again, so you'll fill up this like a balloon, and then you'll let it decrease naturally. I'm just overemphasizing that. That's generally, in the traditional forms, breathing into the diaphragm. There's lots of different ways, filling up for the dantian, etc., stuff like that. But we're not going to go in deep into that with this specific one. So we start with that. You're just going to breathe in through the nose. And at the moment, we're going to exhale through pursed lips, just to start off with. And as you breathe in through the nose, you're going to fill up the diaphragm or the belly like a balloon, and exhale, let go. And feel that natural increase and decrease. I'm overemphasizing here, you don't have to force anything. That'll naturally happen. You'll feel that gentle rise and fall, the diaphragm, being filled up and then unfilled up, okay? So as you breathe in through the nose and then exhale through pursed lips, that's fine, okay? But we're going to change the breathing with this one. I'm going to make it more yogic. So again, there's lots of different yogic breaths. We're going to go specifically on ujjayi breath. We're going to breathe in through the nose and close the mouth and breathe out through the nose, okay? That's a smaller filter through the nose. And that will help you elongate the breath, both breaths, in and out, okay, because it's a smaller filter, so you'll get a nice long breath, okay? We're not forcing anything, okay? But as we do that, we're going to add ujjayi breath. Now, you can't get this, just stick to this breathing I've just talked about. If you can get the ujjayi breath, it's great. You grip at the esophagus, okay, and you make this sighing breath. So it's like a, if you take the mouth open, it's like a, with the mouth shut. It's like a sighing, whistling ujjayi breath. Okay, so you breathe in, you grip at the esophagus, and you make this sort of sighing breath. It's like a, come nearer so you can hear the breath. It's a, and again, the mind can focus on the breath. By gripping the esophagus, the mind will hear a sound, it will focus on that, give the mind something to focus on, okay? And also it helps you even more elongate the breath, okay? The out breath will naturally want to fall longer than the in breath anyway. Again, generally in ujjayi breath, it's even breathing, but we're going to just elongate the out breath, not forcing anything. So you're just breathing through the nose and out through the nose. And as you can hear there, the out breath will naturally want to elongate. So just let it do that. Make the out breath longer than the in breath. It can be a little bit more, a lot more, as long as you're not forcing anything. You can quadruple it, double it, triple it the out breath, make it longer than the in breath. So with that ujjayi breath, that grip in the esophagus, that helps stimulate the thymus gland, which helps with, the thyroid gland. I always say that, thymus gland there, thyroid gland, again, that helps with weight control, etc., stuff like that. And helps build the heat within the body, the ujjayi breath, and will stimulate the body and energize the body. Again, ujjayi breath, victorious breath, seashore breath. Okay, so it's like a again, what you're not doing is breathing up into the shoulders. I found myself doing it there actually, so I have to keep the shoulders down. But again, just keep the shoulders down, breathe in through the nose, fill up the belly button like a balloon, and exhale. And that natural exhale will want to fall longer than the inhale. And that will bring in them hypnotic responses. The out breath is subconscious thought. Okay, helps stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps with sleep, digestion, rest, all the things you don't think about, the housekeeping energies of the body are all benefited by elongating the out breath longer than the in breath. Obviously, ujjayi breath, they grip on the esophagus, etc., with all the things I just said about. And again, we're just going to link that to motion. Done a bit on the breathing there, but we're going to link that to motion because the motion's quite simple. As with all Qigong postures, only going as deep as you like. But again, it's a nice simple motion. It's just here, it's horse riding stance, bit more than the squat stance, okay, wider, not Charlie Chaplin, they're slightly out of V, I sort of call it a sumo stance slightly. Again, if you want to start high, feel free, supinate the hands here, and you're just going to exhale. Elongate the out breath, elongate that motion, breathing a little bit quicker on the in breath, just match the movements to the breath you've just been doing, so it's a and as you can see, the out breath's longer than the in breath. If you want to go deeper, you can go deeper, optional, but I wouldn't personally let the knees go past the toes. Some people disagree with that, but again, optional. Again, any problems with the knees, I'd start higher, then lower. Okay, but see what suits you. The body wisdom will tell you that from feedback. So if you don't want to come down, you just exhale out, breathing, come up. Push up for the heels, these are organic, coming up from the ground. Shoulders over hips, head over shoulders. You're exhaling long. And breathing, coming back. Again, nice simple motion. The next one, shake the back 7 times to eliminate the 100 illnesses. Again, that's the 8th or the last of the brocades, but last of this form. But again, don't get too caught up. This is just motion, and we're just bringing in the benefits, ujjayi breath in with that, and just linking the breath to motion. Calibrate and synchronize the breath and the motion. Don't chase the breath, don't force the breath. Again, just elongate the out breath slightly longer. You know, if that's all you can do, slightly longer, that's fine. And well, the fact that you are breathing is good anyway. So again, you're not holding your breath. So that's a good thing. So again, you can't get anything wrong, but try and elongate the out breath longer than the in breath. Lovely. That's number 7. Shake the back 7 times, eliminate 100 illnesses next. Bang.